Alrighty. So last week we worked very simply dogfight from the half guard position. Big thing that I like about half guard is it can be a very effective guard, but a lot of people get here and don't have a good game plan. So it makes it very easy to pass. A lot of people kind of fall into half guard. They don't go here with a purpose. They're like, oh crap, you're passing my guard. I'll grab half guard just to make sure you don't get all the way past, right? Not a great plan. If you get to half guard, have a game plan. But when I'm here, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look to get a nice wide base here. I like just a very simple weave pass. My top hand, nearest the legs, is going to weave from outside the legs, and my hand's going to come right to the top of his knees here. I'm then going to start to drive my shoulder in, right into kind of the bottom of his hip bone here, right where his leg connects into his hip. Here. As I do that, I have a couple options with this hand. If we're civilized and wearing collars, you can grab a collar. If we are uncivilized, I typically am going to look to just trap at the bicep. Alright? I'll spin here in a second for you. Once we're here, I'm going to start to scroll my legs back. One of the big mistakes I see a lot of you guys make on this is you like hop up on this. Which is rough. When I'm here, I slowly scroll my legs back. So that way all my pressure is right on Mr. Steers' legs. So if Austin tries to move right now, he's got all how many pounds of me on top of him and on top of his legs. So I'm keeping good control there. Now, I'm going to use the collar here because I'm a civilized person and like to wear collars when I coach. So I'm here. As soon as I start to walk my legs around, I'm also going to put my head right through the center of his solar plexus. Here. As I start to walk, I'm keeping my weight low. Who remembers the Jacare walks we used to do as part of our warm-ups, right? Where we're here. Same concept. We're trying to stay low and keep all of our weight on those legs. So when I'm here, boom, this hand comes in, I scroll my legs back, I start to walk past. As I'm doing this, I'm going to keep my hips low, and I'm trying to push that bottom knee through. Now, my goal is to get my back leg past his knee line. That's going to be what allows me to drive that bottom knee right into his hip. Once I'm there, I'm going to use this collar to drive him over here. Exit your hand because you will not score until that hand escapes. While I disagree with that from a principled statement, I unfortunately am not the ruler of the world, therefore I don't make all the rules. So we're here. I'm hand fighting with Mr. Steers. I'm going to get a good collar grip. Hand sneaks in. Capping right on that knee. I'm going to sprawl my way back, keeping all of it on top of Mr. Austin here. He doesn't appreciate that because I am nice and heavy right now.
Now your cup is pressing in my leg.
Not wearing a cup today, buddy. So we're here. I get my head position as I walk past, keeping my hips low and pressure on this leg. Boom. Get that bottom knee in. As soon as that knee comes in, I'm going to start to scoop the head, driving him flat into side control. Questions on this?
Taller opponents.
Yes.
I have an issue with their legs just being long and
Just gangle. So big thing when you end up with Mr. Gangle sticks here, because I'm assuming Jordan's one of your problems. Because he's my problem most days. So right, it's a pretty common one, right? Jordan's got a lot of gangle to him. So boom, I go to scroll here, and it's just like, man, if I scroll any further back, I'm going to be outside of his legs, right? You're not going to even be in a good position to keep it here. If you're starting to run into that and you notice it here, one of the easiest ways to beat that is just simple hips. You want to start walking your hips over. Because your goal is to just beat that bottom leg. You don't have to do a lot. As long as you keep decent pressure on the top, you can sit your hip through. So if I'm here with Jordan again, hip step. So they can see. It's almost like we're playing to a crowd here. I promise. So boom, I get here. As I start to sprawl, right? Boom, I'm here. There's still a lot of leg, so I will look to here. And then start walking. Does that make sense? Yeah. Sometimes you're going to have to sit that hip through real hard. Still focusing on keeping that shoulder pressure on the top of his leg. Does that make sense? You're going to run into gangly fucks like him all the time. Unfortunately, jiu-jitsu attracts them. Because it's like one of the 3 sports they can be good at. Where gangle isn't a problem.
Have you ever tried to put weight on the right and try to put their leg down and walk over?
I don't. You can pitch that way. So as far as like pressuring with the top leg, I don't generally, because you're going to tie your feet up underneath you in a way that's very unbalanced, and that's just not something I recommend.
In a no-gi situation, are you wrist grabbing? Are you coming up over under the armpit?
So for me, I'm generally going to start either wrist control here or that bicep control. As soon as I can, or as soon as I start to get a little bit of pressure and I'm past, I'm going to look to come to that collar. Just because I want to have as much control as possible. So the more head and trunk control I can get, because like we talk about all the time, guys, if my spine is in alignment, I'm very strong, right? But the second I can twist or bend you in any way, at the neck, at the hips, in your spine, the weaker you get immediately. I don't care if you got a big boy up here in the ring. The second I can, if he can power lift the hell out of me, right? I literally went to lock a triangle and was midair by the time I got it locked. Stupid. But guess what? The second I bent his neck down, his whole body went whoop, and he lost all power. The second you bend someone's spine and twist it, they lose a lot of that power because your body, whether by design or through evolution, choose your own path there, was designed to be balanced, was designed to be this. That's why posture is important. Because if you can have good posture, it's going to make you stronger and move better. There's not an athletic motion where I'm like, all right, and then you twist over your hips and spine and then reach down, right? Not a great one. So you always want to keep that good spine alignment. And for jiu-jitsu, if I'm wanting to manipulate him, twisting his spine is always a good idea. Other questions? One more time for posture stick. I'm here. Fighting Austin because I'm uncivilized and I like to punch people. Boom, my top hand weaves in. As soon as I'm there, I grab my collar, sprawl my legs back. Head position in as I walk through. As soon as my hips beat this knee line, my knee comes in. I work to flatten him out. Come into standard side control.
Are you utilizing any of that hand that you got to push those?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to, Austin can attest to this, I'm trying to push your leg through the entire other way. Because what happens is, just without me being on him tight, I'm trying to pressure this way, push that leg that way, and push his spine this way. I've yet to run into a person who is incredibly strong when they're twisted up like this. I'm sure they exist, but it's going to be really hard to find. Rel thinks he's that way. Rel can't stop my shot on a good day. Nonetheless, so you've apparently never wrestled me drunk before. 1, 2, 3. Here's good things are happening in my life. I start to go here, right? I go to weave. I go to sprawl. All those things are happening. But unfortunately, Austin doesn't suck, right? So I grab the collar here. I start to walk past. He's going to start framing and just doing all sorts of things to stop me from trying to pass the side I want to, right? I'm trying to go to my left at this point. Realize I still to this day think the Gracies were lazy because they were like, why fight through things when you can go around them? Some people call that smart. It's probably the right answer. But it's like, they're all like, hey, use their momentum. Go the easy path. Just saying, Jocko said choose the hard life, all right? So we're here, boom, I get here, I sprawl. Instead of trying to walk here, all we're gonna do, back step, through. Now, you have 2 finishing options once you hit that back step. I can either back step through, lift that leg up and come to leg drag, which for you more advanced guys is a great position. I love to just put all my shin pressure right on Austin's soft boy thighs. because it's really polite of me. I'm just kidding. No. But I can keep him kickstanded up here, and I can work kind of that triple threat attack. For those of you who don't know, if he kicks me off, I leg lock him. He tries to turn flat, I take mount. If he tries to turn this way, I take his back. I like that, and for those of you who are uncivilized and punch people for fun, also a really great position to punch from. Hit him with a couple Donkey Kong strikes and you're fine. Or, I'm here, I start to walk this way, I back step here, boom. Same thing, you slide that bottom knee to the hip, but now you're here, working to come up the back, gift wrapping, backpack drill. Get your varietal options of side control from there once you have that. That's kind of a dealer's choice. Try both out. If you're not sure which one you like better, always practice just taking side control. Take the dominant position when you can get it, guys. Realize so much of modern jiu-jitsu is roll for the fanciest shit you can think of and hope it works, and then wonder why you're in bottom position getting smashed. It's like half of modern jiu-jitsu, especially at like the blue-purple belt level. It's like, hey, I tried to Imanari from standing into a 1% leg lock, and it's like, hey, or you could have just shot a takedown and like got to top and maybe took side control.
Counterpoint wrestling's gay.
Boom, we're here. I weave. I sprawl. One of the things I was noticing, you guys are still kind of kicking your feet back. I want to put your dick in the dirt. Slide yourself back here.
That's not the dirt.
When I need your commentary, I will ask. Boom, I start to walk past. He frames and starts to block here. He frames and starts to block here. Boom. Walk past. Leg drag. Or around to that side. Both are great options. Just depends on your game, what you're up to, and what you like. Right? For some of you, leg drag may be a terrible position. For some of you, it may be the best spot you can get to. I don't care. Either take leg drag or take that full back control. Questions on this? Flip your hips. So we're here. Boom, I'm fine with Austin. I get down, I start to walk past, he frames, right? Post, here. Back step, here. Walk through. And I like to keep my back right behind his back, pressuring him forward, because I want this kind of side control side, where he's on his side, where I can start gift wrapping. Really easy, because gorilla choke, things like that are real simple from, if I can get them kind of facing away from me, I like that.
When I back up somehow, I still get caught. It's not the back, it's the step after.
So what a lot of you end up doing here is once you go here, a lot of you guys kind of drag this foot through and you get kind of wrapped up in the legs. When I back step, I kick that leg back. You have to, once you decide that you're changing directions, you need to change directions. So before it's kind of a low and slow pressure pass. The second they frame you up and you can't keep using it, change directions quickly. Because they've committed to that. So you want to change that direction on a dime. Does that make sense? Other questions? One more time. I'm here doing cool things. Boom, I start to walk past. Step, step. Here. At that point, options available are plenty. Do with them what you please. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I'm here. I'm doing cool things. I slap Austin. I go to weave pass here. But for whatever reason, I go to walk this way. He blocks it. I go to walk this way. It's just real hard. So boom, I'm kind of stuck where I'm in line with his legs. Kind of a tough position to pass from, right? If I'm in line here, like you two were getting stuck at, it's really hard to pass either direction. So I'm here, all I'm gonna do, pick his legs up just that little bit. My outside leg is going to step up and through. My outside leg is going to come over here. You're going to have Habib mount. His feet are wrapped up. You have control of his hips. Now, for the uncivilized, smish, come here. For the civilized, all you do is then pick up your leg and you're in mount. And then you smish. Always smish.
You can smish steers from there.
It's tough. It's tough to be steers.
I have to see it.
So
I
we're
got thick skull.
so boom, we're here. Boom, I go to sprawl. I'm trying to walk past, it's not working. Here, just not working out, right? Boom, I'm gonna pressure into him just that little bit. That gives my leg a place to go. Here. As soon as that leg scoops through, I cover over the top with my knee sliding into that hip. This is what gives me control of his legs. Because even if my feet aren't crossed here, ideal world your feet are crossed, but even if they're not, if steers goes to move here, meh, he's stuck. Then all you do is with your bottom leg, hook his knees and pull them open. That gives you the mount, and then you hi-ya!
No.
Because combat sports. If you don't palm strike the nose, is it even a combat sports movie? Let's go this way. So we're here. And yeah, there you go. Boom. I'm trying, right? I'm trying to pass. Ugh, it's not working. Here, I push in just that little bit, like, hey, I'm gonna really do some mean stuff. My backside leg steps through. This leg, I have to beat. This knee has to beat this knee for this to be effective. Here. Hand comes out. Here. Now, once we're here, see how this leg is hooked? I open and step across to the mount.
So you're kind of like windshield wiper.
Yeah, very similar windshield wiper type motion. That's what's going to give you the mount here. Once you get there, settle in, do to your rule set, do what is allowed. Meh, meh, or smit them. Check.
Can I see detail from behind?
So, we're here. Boom. I push in just that little bit. The leg comes through here. I'm just trying to get the pit of my knee as close to the pit of his knee with this leg as I can. Once I'm there, this leg steps over here. In. Now, once I'm here, I'm generally just going to go chest to chest. Take this leg up, wiper over, and you're in.
I noticed that you use, so you stop the pressure and kind of switch your grip to be able to get over that knee.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that in open?
So, when I'm here, I just pick up the bottom of his knee.
Sorry, no, so when you've already like put the leg underneath?
Oh, so when I'm here?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you stop that pressure and then you switch to that other leg to try to get over the knee. Like you like let go of that thigh and...
Yeah, it's not, there's not a lot of gripping in this. Or there doesn't have to be. The only reason I'm gripping gi ever is just because it's convenient, not because it's necessary. Realize most of my jiu-jitsu is no gi, that just happens to be done in a gi. I'm a little bit of a hypocrite that way. I tell you guys you should always wear the gi and you gotta train in the gi to learn how to use it and all that. Very little of my jiu-jitsu actually uses the gi. Basically, if I'm not choking you with a collar, I'm probably not using it. Other questions on this?
Why do some people figure four there and some people just cross it?
So, one is, can you get the figure four? So, if I can get the figure four, realize that is ideal. Now, the reason I'm not particularly worried about it is I'm not trying to stay here long term. Unless this is an MMA fight, you score nothing here. You get nothing, and there's no way to submit him. So if I sit here in this figure four lock, yes, that's really cool. What can I really do going from here? Maybe bullshit more. So I have to pass and get to them. Now, if we are uncivilized and I can hit you in the face there, I'll figure 4 because I'm going to keep your hips planted to the ground and I'm going to punch you right in the mouth. That's the difference of, am I staying in Habib mount or am I passing through it? This one we're passing through it because there's not a lot for you to do there in sport jiu-jitsu. Where MMA, you can figure 4 there, hang out, finish a fight, right? I mean, Habib's and Habib's cousins have all finished a ton of fights from him. So that's what you're looking for is, 1, rule set, but 2, what can you do from it? If I'm only sport jiu-jitsu, there's no points, no really high quality submissions. So why am I going to waste the time securing that figure 4 and sitting there for fuck all? I mean, you can whisper weird shit in people's ear for psychological warfare. As always, my favorite line to ever tell someone, you smell different when you're awake.
You're welcome.
Because it's a slow burn one, because you have to sit there and wonder, what do you mean I smell different? What do you mean when I'm awake? How do you know what I smell like when I'm asleep? There's a lot that goes on just mentally there that he can no longer focus on jiu-jitsu in front of us. So, other questions? Alright, 1, 2, 3.
Is it good?